Hey, AP students. Sorry I cannot be in class today. My son had an appointment that I had to take him to that I couldn't get scheduled at a different time. So I will be back on Friday though. But let's start with our due now for class. Why don't you take out your review packet, the one that we started yesterday, and as much as you can on your own, fill out what you can for questions 1 and 2. Here is what we have, and could our awesome, amazing teacher that is in for me today, could you give the students somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes to work on this on their own? Thank you very much, and you guys can work at these at your seats. Go ahead and you may begin. All right, everybody, now that you've had time to work on that on your own, we are going over our Cristo Rey final review, and our objective is to, today we are going to collaborate in groups to create short answer questions with our historical thinking skills, going over causation, comparison, and change over time. So these are going to be our work groups for today. They're going to be different than the groups you were working with yesterday. So take a look up there at your groups, and you may sit with each other. You can sit in this room. If the teacher that we are working with, the awesome person, is okay with it, the teacher can send 2 of these groups of their choice out to the Commons to work as well. But let's go over the directions pretty much. You are to work on question 1 and 2 in this group. You can compare your answers with each other. You can share your answers and fill out as much as possible. So our great, awesome teacher who's filling in for me today, again, thanks. Can you give our students about somewhere between, again, 7 and 10 minutes to get in these groups and work together? When that time is done, you'll come back and we will go over the third question, how to do question number 3. So after about 7 to 10 minutes of work time together, come back in the class and we'll go over question number 3. You can go ahead and get to work, everybody. All right, welcome back. Let's go over our short answer number 3, which is compare and contrast. So go ahead and open up to question number 3. The historical context is, throughout history, women have played important yet distinct roles in society. Different cultures have imposed varying expectations on the role of women. Compare the role of women in 2 societies that we have studied. So just like our other questions, you can use your book, you can use your packet, you can go to Friedmanpedia. You will need to put down 2 societies, and you will need to say how they were either similar or different in the role of women in those societies. Now remember, we can cover anything. We can go back all the way to Paleolithic, Neolithic societies. We can talk about the Mongols, the Chinese dynasties. We can talk about societies in the Americas. You will need to have 2 societies, how they're similar and different. And if you look at this question, it says compare the role that we have studied. It does not say you need 1 similarity or 1 difference. You can do 2 similarities. You can do 2 differences. Just make sure you have your societies there. Write your claim. Blank society and blank society were different in, and then write for here 1 to 2 notes, 1 to 2 notes, 1 to 2 notes, 1 to 2 notes for each society. And you can write their names up right here. I know there's not a lot of space. Why don't we have you guys work in your groups so you can brainstorm on this first? So why don't you work in your work groups again? And let's take about 7 to 10 minutes to work in your groups, getting as far as you can on question number 3. Go ahead and you may begin. All right, for our ticket out, we'll need those little slips in the back. And I know that Adon, he definitely wants to volunteer. That's for sure, I can tell. Let's have Adon, and who else should I pick on here? Leslie. Yeah, let's have Adon and Leslie. Why don't you guys go in the back and grab those do now slips and pass them out to everybody? And here is your question to answer. Just write the answer for our ticket out today. What area that we learned about in the world would you like to study more? So think about something that we've learned about in this class that you really want to study more. You don't need to put your name if you don't want to, but I'd like to know what areas of the world that you guys would want to know more about so I can help improve this class for the future. All right, write that down, turn that in, and that is our class for today, and I'll see you guys on Friday.